You filming this?
Yep.
Okay, you know it's policy. All right. I'm an angel. I judge people so they are either filtered through up to God to be judged into heaven or back down to hell. All right. Come forward, one of you. We'll start this process.
Yo, I got some questions to ask you. I gotta know, is Catherine Bartley in there, bro? I'm Fred Johanna, I don't know if you know me, but I gotta see Catherine Bartley. Is she in there?
Yes, child. Catherine Barkley's in there.
Can I see her? So can I
Along
see?
with your
I need to see her.
child.
Where's Catherine, bro?
Let's see if you're fit for heaven. Then you may enter. Let's go over your file. All right, an ambulance driver fighting in a war.
Pretty noble.
World War I, Italian front. You're not even Italian. This is looking very good for you.
It's pretty friendly.
And then, do you have premarital sex?
Whoa. I met her on the Italian front. It was amazing. She was so beautiful. Like, oh my God. And then Milan. Like, I really fell in love with her in Milan. Like, I was kind of just playing games before, but in Milan, oh my gosh, bro. And then I was away from her. I thought I was gonna die or something. And then I was back with her, and I was like, we gotta go to Switzerland. We went to Switzerland, and it was so great. And she was like pregnant, and it was pretty cool. And then she just died.
It's obvious that you're blinded by your love to Catherine. But even as you grew wary of the war, you never let your friends down. You helped those two girls during the retreat. You were quick to thank and repay anyone for any inconvenience you caused them. And even as the one thing you had in life was being taken away from you, you were able to be Catherine's rock in the hospital. There may have been moments when you gone astray, but you always ended up on the right path. For that, you may enter.
Bro, thank you so much, bro. Good luck.
Come forward, my son. What's your name?
You know, I got some questions for you.
What?
You're just another manipulator, aren't you? For centuries, the church has been the ultimate power over kings and lay people alike, making backroom decisions that affect millions of people, giving them fear of hell and using religion as a means to end, like converting the natives or reclaiming the Holy Land. You're not any better than Jack. No, you're the worst possible thing there is. So tell me, do you really judge people or fill heaven with those you want closest?
I can see I'll be getting more help from your file. Well, you always were looking for a purpose in life, thinking you found it and learning of some deceit. It caused you to turn away from most of your aspirations. You discovered some life secrets and some upsetting information about powerful groups and people, and again, turned away, not sharing it with the rest of the world. You were so connected with your aspirations and ideals that you were broken every time you learned of an ugly truth or person. But, in your defense, you were slow to anger and quick to work and contribute to society, and, more importantly, the advancement of your people. For this, you have earned a spot in heaven. And you? What's your name?
My name is Esther Greenwood.
Mr. Greenwood, let's see. Yes. Oh, for you have an idea. Let's go somewhere else.
This is better.
Now let's begin. You want to tell me about your childhood?
Okay, well, my dad died when I was 9. He didn't leave my mother, brother, and I with much, so my mom resented him for it. I never really coped with his death.
And do you think not coping caused mental issues down the road?
Only mildly. I eventually came to terms, but his death really affected me by making my mother more suffocating. Money was short since my father didn't have life insurance, so my mother was determined for me to succeed. She was always on me about shorthand and telling me how I'd fail with my current skill set.
Well, how exactly did your mother suffocating you affect you?
There was so much pressure, I thought I would go insane.
Pressure? And was it all just from your mother, or was there other pressure?
Well, yes, I faced pressure to be a man's wife and to be with a man who also lost his virginity but expected me to have mine. And then I was supposed to know what career I wanted and learn something like German. It caused me so much mental agony that I tried to end it all.
I see. You had many mental obstacles throughout your life. But you tried your best at work and school, and you could never remedy those issues. And your destructive behavior, while terrible, was only ever aimed at yourself and caused by extraneous sources. Therefore, there's no real reason not to let you through, Dad.
Wow, thank you.
All right, who's next?
I'm Blanche Dubois. I guess there's no point in lying to you. I had a treacherous life. My first husband cheated on me with another man, and I made him kill himself. But he wasn't the only one. Death followed me at every step back in the world. Then the creditors came for the house, and I had nothing. I spiraled into some regrettable, maybe even scandalous things with others, but how much was my fault? At every turn, I was put down, whether it was my husband, creditors, me being fired, or Stanley. He didn't only treat my little sister terribly, but he abused me that night, and I broke down after that.
I can see you weren't given many second chances. After your first husband, you had Mitch, and he rejected you. After Stanley, you were broken. You've been tormented by death, the loss of your home, and being at Stella's was the tipping point. But you also had a sexual relation, not only with many other men, but a 17-year-old boy. I can't send you up and down. You stay here for now.
Oh, Lord. I guess the kindness of strangers has run out.
And who are you?
My name is Sophie Keko.
And do you care to tell me about your actions on Earth?
I don't really know about my own actions, but more what happened to me. So, I wasn't even conceived with free will. The only actions that I can call my own were running away from my mother and dealing with my own demons. The proudest decision of mine was promising not to continue the cycle that my mother carried on. The testing was so traumatizing and self-oppressive to us women that already suffer from so much sexual abuse and neglect in Haiti. After hearing Blanche, it confirmed that it really happens everywhere.
Yes. You led an incredibly rough life. Growing up in Haiti, not knowing your mother until the age of 12, being tested, as you said. It's true that many of your biggest moments weren't even yours to decide. But what stands out is what you did. You loved your child and husband, putting them first. You not only forgave, but cared for your mother after all she did to you, and understood the haunting cycle of testing and ended it with you and your daughter. Despite all your hardships, you persevered and corrected the wrongs of your ancestors and culture. Undoubtedly, you may pass. Nobody left? Another successful day in purgatory.